Welcome to Open for Business, the Gallatin Valley's only local business and consumer talk show featuring Tom Egelhoff, the Man Entrepreneur Magazine radio called the leading authority in the United States for doing business in small town. Here he is, speaker, author, small business consultant, and Mrs. Egelhoff's favorite son, Tom Egelhoff.
All right, welcome everyone. Open for Business. We air every Saturday live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. If you'd like to be a part of the big broadcast, go to kmmsam.com and click Listen Live. The call-in number during the show, 406-522-TALK, 406-522-8255. I'm here, you're here. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get back to Open for Business on News Radio AM 1450 KMMS Bozeman. Lines are open at 522-TALK. That's 522-8255. Here he is. He's big, he's bad, and he's open for business. Tom Egelhoff.
All right, thank you, Dan. Welcome back, everyone. It is 25 minutes before the top of the hour, Saturday, March 4th, 2017. Thanks for joining us. But right now, we're going to do the podcast portion of Open for Business. Each week, I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, and building strong, successful businesses. And if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel, and while you're there, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll never miss another weekly podcast. You'll also find a link to my podcast on my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. Today's topic, we want to talk about basic small business startup principles. So at long last, the time has come to make a decision. You want to start your own business. You want to be your own boss. If that's the case, then you have to ask yourself one very important question. Are you really ready to open your own business? Have you done your homework? Or do you just have a business idea? In my opinion, there are some business ducks that must be put in a row in order for you to not only have a successful launch, but a long, successful business life. Now, the principles I'm going to talk about aren't the only ones you should consider, but these should start you on the right track. Each business is different, and each small town is different. Although the experts don't want you to believe that, but you'll have to do some adapting as your business grows and prospers and as circumstances in your town change. Let's talk about a small town business plan. Now, if you're in Fairbanks, Alaska, could you find Galesburg, Illinois without a map or asking for directions? Eventually, you probably could, but I would venture to say that it might take a long time. So your business plan is your map to success. It shows you the exact route you need to take to make your business successful. It'll force you to define your competition, your products and services, how you'll sell your product, how to find suppliers, and much more. Your plan may be a simple 10-page plan, or it may grow to 50 pages or more. You can't have too much detail in a business plan. The very nature of a business plan forces the new business owner to face a wide variety of challenges that they might miss in starting a new business. Now, do you need help or advice to get started? Well, you can turn to your local SCORE office to find a SCORE council or National SCORE headquarters. You can go to score.org or call 800-634-0245 to locate the SCORE office nearest you. They have 389 chapters in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Virgin Islands. Our local office here in Bozeman, 586-5421. They do counseling between 8:30 and 11:30 every Tuesday. So you can give them a call, set up an appointment at 586-5421. And that's the Bozeman Chamber of Commerce. They handle the SCORE chapters in the upstairs building. And best of all, there's no charge for their services. You can also contact the Small Business Administration at sba.gov, or you can call 800-827-5722. Both of these organizations have online training manuals and also training videos, all kinds of things like that, and it's all prepaid with your tax dollars. So there's a lot of help there. It's all free, prepaid, as I said, with your tax dollars. Now, let's talk about controlling the startup costs of your small business. So for the first 5 years of your business, money is going to be an issue at one time or another. It takes at least that long for you to understand your customers, test your advertising, establish supply lines, and perfect your business operation. So during this period, you want to keep your business lean and mean, but that doesn't mean mean. Don't spend any money at all. What it does mean is to take a little extra time when making decisions involving cash outlay. If I spend the money, how will my business benefit? Will it be an immediate benefit or will it pay off down the road? Do I have to do it now or should I wait 3 months or 6 months? In my business, I use 2 banks, each one for different things. One bank is a home-owned bank, very rare these days with all the banking mergers going on, but the decisions at this bank are made locally by people who know me and I know them. They aren't made in a boardroom in some city by people I'll never meet. Now, the second bank is a national chain. They're able to process the online credit card purchases of my book that come in from around the world. And there are local branches in major cities where I might have speaking engagements or need other emergency services. Another reason for multiple banks is competition. They can both compete for my business with incentives or perks. Develop a good relationship with your banker now before you need it. Don't wait until hard times to try to start borrowing money. They will lend money much faster to those they know and have a good history. So I don't think I need to stress the importance of maintaining a good credit history with your bank. In fact, I would recommend borrowing money even if you don't need it. The reason being that you need to develop that relationship that I spoke of earlier. But even more important, your business is going to grow over time and so will your monetary needs. We would all like to operate our business debt-free, but it's just not always possible. Being able to borrow what you need when you need it may make the difference between success or failure of your small business. Your suppliers want to succeed, they want you to succeed, but they need some assurance before they will grant credit or go the extra mile for you. So if you've been written up in the newspaper, send them a copy. Let them know of your successes. These little victories will go a long way in developing a positive working relationship with these folks. On the other side of the coin, make sure you check prices periodically to keep everyone honest. Try and negotiate a price based on what you will purchase in a year rather than order by order. You may need to develop a track history with them before they'll allow this. And customer feedback is critical. During the startup period, you've got to be sure you're satisfying customer needs. Try and ask customers everything. How did you hear about us? What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? How's our quality? How were you treated in our business? In a small town, people are going to talk about your business. What they say will determine the perception of your business. It doesn't take long to acquire a negative perception and even longer to reverse it. In fact, you may never completely reverse it. Make sure you create ways of generating feedback from customers as soon as you open the doors. One of the problems with a new business is that you don't have any numbers to compare your business to. You can't look at what you did last year because you weren't in business last year. And I recommend a series of short-term attainable goals. Set daily, weekly, monthly sales goals and work toward improving those numbers. This will give you a measurable yardstick to evaluate and grow your business. I keep track of book sales, of course, but the other things I do that I feel leads to success of those sales is setting daily goals. For example, every day I try to do one thing that will help my business grow. I make a phone call, I'll write a letter or press release, I'll send an email, or make some kind of contact to let just one more person or persons know about my business. And to sum up, the new business is like a small child. At first, you have to do everything for them. You feed them, you change their clothes, but as time goes by, they learn to do these things themselves. Before long, they're pretty self-sufficient and don't need as much help from you. For the first 5 years, you're going to have to babysit your business to a great degree. This is a critical time for most businesses. According to Dun & Bradstreet, at least 85% of all business startups fail in the first 5 years, mostly from cash problems or poor management. Now, you can avoid both by creating a sound business and marketing plan and taking good care of your financial status. Keeping your head above water often requires a lot going on beneath the surface. So set goals, keep records, modify and adapt your first year. It's going to be a learning experience. Try to learn something each day that will help you increase the bottom line. And that's the podcast. If you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll also find a link to my podcast on my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. So tune in each Saturday, and let's build successful businesses together.